Good morning, Big Brother fans. It's Thursday, September 14th, which puts it at approximately day 44-ish, somewhere in there. And I did two podcasts yesterday. First one in the morning, second one. And the first one in the morning still looked like Felicia was going. Second one I did on the way home from work. Guess what? The house flipped, and it now appears that Izzy is going. At least it did last night. Did things change overnight is the question. And my answer is no, it doesn't seem like they did. It does still appear that as of right now, Izzy is still going to be walking out of that house to see Julie. A couple of things to talk about here, and I want to touch them all very briefly, and then I'll go back more in depth. A, there is a slim chance that maybe the jury starts tonight. Julie announced a big announcement about the jury. Maybe the jury starts. There's rumors from people thinking that, well, maybe it's going to be a 10-person jury instead of a 7. Don't know. Not saying that for sure. But there was talk. Would it be 7? How many? It doesn't matter. That there was talk that maybe the jury starts tonight. I don't know. Don't count on it. Don't expect it will. I guess, yes. All right, I'll stop with that. I'm going down too far into that rabbit hole that I didn't mean to do, and I don't have my numbers in front of me to count out, and I'm not going to do that. There was a bit of wavering last night by Jared and not by Jared, by Jag and Matt, because they're thinking of the post-show recovery, where they have to explain their votes. And Jag seems to be torn about the fact that he might not have very good lies or very good explanations about why he didn't vote out Felicia like people have been saying they were going to do. And so that started to put doubts in people's minds and thought, oh no, they're not going to end up doing it. And I say, oh no, because I'm sure that I know there are people out there that are not wanting Izzy to go. So I don't mean to be I'm rooting against you actively, but the drama side, the side where things don't go somebody's way, is always more fun to me. And I say that where, let's say that this side of the house goes on a little bit of a run here, which is a possibility, because another side note, we're going to do a bunch of side notes while we're really doing the whole thing, is that we did get word last night officially that the Wall competition is tonight, and it will be streamed, which I had been holding out doubt on that because Julie didn't say anything. But I got an email from the Paramount Plus folks, because I'm affiliate, even though I never tell you to sign up for the live feeds anymore. I am still an affiliate. I really should make a few active links in case anybody randomly clicks, but I don't think I've gotten anybody to sign up for my live feeds this year because I haven't made any active links. That being said, I still get emails. And so I got an email last night at some point that I didn't notice because I wasn't checking my promotional emails, that said that the live feed, actually it was a correction email saying, for what we said earlier, forget that. You can't say anything until tomorrow. Tomorrow being today. Which I find hilarious because they didn't tell us when tomorrow started. And as anyone who knows anything about Big Brother, is we operate in multiple time zones. So what tomorrow? Do you mean tomorrow Eastern time or tomorrow Big Brother time? I decided to take the most cautious route and created a tweet that would tweet out at 12 a.m. Pacific time, 3 a.m. Eastern time, announcing that the endurance competition would be on the feeds. Now, let's hope it does get on right on time and everything. I have a feeling Felicia's not going to last very long, assuming that she's still in the house. So we may miss one or two drops. But that I've talked to you now. I think this is the third day in a row that I've mentioned the Wall competition. And just to reiterate, because I probably won't talk to you again before the show, unless there's a major flip around again. The Wall competition, as I have always said, and as most people say, favors people that are a couple of things. Usually the shorter people do better because it's a lower center of gravity, which means they don't have, when they're leaning out, they're not as much, it's not as much force being pulled on them to fall down. They're closer to the wall. Their center of gravity is closer to the wall, closer to the platform that they're standing on, and so it's less stress on their bodies to be leaning out. If this is all physics stuff, so yeah, take my word for it. Shorter is better, and lighter is of course better. Heavier frames are just a lot more work to do any kind of hanging. It's a hanging competition in certain ways, and it's always, well, with the exception of Jackson, who defied odds, it is always the lighter people that do well in the hanging. Now, I say that, and as I remember that Holly won the marionette competition, but Jackson held in for a hell of a long time. Like just, my God, how is he holding his own body up that season? So, but the big muscular guys don't do well in the wall competition by and large, or any kind of hanging competition where they're supporting their own weight. It's the one time that, and I shouldn't say it's the one time, but it is a time when it's hard for Big Brother to compensate for, you can't make up for the height differences and all these kind of things. You can't really compensate very well for the weight and height differences on a wall that leans out. You just can't. So my anticipation is that the winner will be, I was predicting in order that America will probably win. Nicole would be the next possible to win. Then you're looking at maybe Blue, maybe Corey. And I say Blue before Corey only because Corey's small, Corey is light, but from what I've heard, Corey has lost a massive amount of weight for his size since Big Brother started. I mean, he's lost I think he's 20 pounds maybe or something. I mean, the guy's not that big. He's probably 140 pounds soaking wet. So he's lost a lot of weight, and I would assume some of that is muscle mass, and I would also just assume that he's been on slop. But they've all been on slop. That's the one thing. Every one of them has been on slop this week. They did get food last night. Right, late night they all went off their have-nots, but still, they're all still kind of wiped out, I think, physically. So, but that's an even playing field in theory. So I just think that those are the top ones, contenders to make it to the end of the wall competition. I think, and it depends on who drops. If it gets down to just America and Corey, well then they'll just negotiate and one of them will drop. It won't be they're not going to do it. If Matt could potentially, being an athlete and a swimmer, I don't know, but I just think he's too big. And I don't have any confidence in other ones, and we don't. Oh, Jag, maybe, because he's not a big guy either. But remember, he fell asleep during the pressure cooker competition. So I'm just sorry, Jag. I don't have much faith in you. Although I will admit, you finally have stuck to your guns. It seems like, and have come about it, and you're playing the game. Although you did start to have doubts last night about the vote. All right. So what else to talk about real quick? So the vote looks like it's going to be 6-3 to evict Izzy. If things hold, the votes to save Izzy and to kick out Felicia would be Suri, Jared, and Blue. Okay, that's it. And at least Suri is pretty suspicious now that things may not be going her way. And people are like, how come they, the other side of the house isn't very good actors. They need to be better actors. Like, look, it's hard to act that way and not, you either have to just pretend like full bore that you're deceiving that person and spend time with them, or you're going to spend time with the people who are voting with you, trying to reassure each other, and that's going to be noticeable. I can understand why Suri is picking up on the house acting different. Even though they're still saying the right things, they aren't acting the right way because they're spending more time with the people that they are newly aligned with in some ways. that they're bonding with because they're going against certain people that they've had. There's just lots of reasons why those people. I mean, here's an example: Corey and I guess and again I missed it because it was during the day, but I guess Izzy gave Corey some relationship advice. She also kind of butted heads, I think, with America, but the relationship advice was along the lines of, hey, you ought to, maybe you ought to consider not hanging out with America so much, or maybe you shouldn't be so tied to her. Whatever it was, Corey and America had a chat, and they decided to break up. Fake breakup, by the way. Fake. So they had a fake breakup for the day. And then at the end of the day, they had a makeup. So, whatever. I mean, I don't know if it'll make the TV show. By the way, I've not watched last night's episode. Sorry. I didn't. I've got it recorded. It's 2 hours, and I heard that you get to see so much. It's all filler, is what I was told. Other than a lot of diary rooms, but a lot of filler, just a lot of just it's like, okay, there's nothing, not going to be, well, not going to be anything, but there would be very little new learned for someone who does watch the live feeds and keep track of these things. It sounded like I wasn't going to learn anything new. And so I made the decision last night to stick with the current feeds rather than watching reruns of stuff that I hadn't seen. And I'll go back and watch it because I do want to see the Josh guy and their thing. It'd be interesting, but there was way too much going on in the feed last night. I also made a clip, another viral video clip that took off for at least a little bit during the evening, and it was just showing that look, the question is, everybody's speculating on when this all happened. When did this all fall apart? What was the genesis of the flip to save Izzy, to vote out Izzy and keep Felicia? And there's lots of points you can pick. Some people are saying, well, it's because they didn't vote out Heisem. They voted out Heisem instead of Cameron way back when. Oh, let me say this. I keep thinking this, and I'm not vocalizing it. So, through all of this stuff last night, through all these discussions about who's going to be who and all that, they kept saying, we're still going to get out Cameron. Cameron, we're not working with Cameron. And Cameron even said yesterday in the morning, he was just like, look, you guys would be dumb not to target me. I would target me. So I fully expect you all to target me. And that was part of his argument, was like, why do I have nothing to lose here? I know that I'm going to be targeted no matter what I say. So you know what? I'm just saying what I think. And it's always a great argument by someone. It's like that, well, you should vote out me because no one's ever going to vote for me to win, said Dr. Will. So that was kind of along the lines of what Cameron was going for an argument. But he did say, this is what I'm going to do. You should not try to backdoor me because I'm going to win the competition. You should, I anticipate you should not. Actually, I think he said you should not nominate me on Friday because whoever gets it, you should wait and try to backdoor me because that's what I would do. Just the whole thing. He laid it all out. So, but Cameron and America and Jag and others are like, we're going after Cameron soon. Now, of course, they said they also need to get out Jared before they get out Cameron because they want to weaken Cerise some more. But that's another thing. So, yeah, here I am. I'm spiraling. I'm going all over the place. So, I don't know where I'm at now. I'm lost. I've lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to be focused. I made a video. There you go. I made a video. I went back to look to figure out when was the genesis of the. I'm not going to blame not voting out Heisem as the reason that Izzy is going home. I mean, sure, if you go back far enough, you can find a different reason. But I look at it as, and I looked at it as because Jared's always been kind of jealous of Corey, and he's been not happy about the fact that Corey's having a showmance, and he's been mad about Corey having a relative on Survivor. I mean, it's just like all these reasons that Jared seems to be like, I've been on national TV before you. I've been just his one-upmanship and his trying to break up Corey and America. He'd been planting seeds with with Cameron trying to say you can't stick with America, America's bad, and Corey and America shouldn't be together, and all of these kind of things. And on Saturday, he told Cameron, he said, Corey's got a huge secret. Corey's got a huge secret, and America's been blabbing it. And I'm not going to tell you what the secret is, but there is a huge secret, and all this kind of stuff. And it kind of stuck in Cameron's brain. And then through other times, then Cameron asked Corey, he's like, do you have a secret? He said, don't tell me. But if you have a big secret, America may have blabbed it on you. He didn't say it exactly like that. He kind of did say it. And that set Cameron later, that was on Sunday. And so then a couple hours later, Corey asked America, he said, did you tell anybody about my Survivor thing, which he told her a couple of weeks ago? And she's like, no. I played this whole video, and you should watch it. I made this video, and you can watch it. It had the dates and the conversations. But the point was, that was in my opinion, that was the beginning. That was the seed planted with Cameron, got him thinking about it. That got Corey thinking about it. He confirmed with America that she didn't tell anyone, which means how did Cameron find out? And he realized Jared must have told Cameron. And that meant that Jared was playing both sides, as Cameron realized that Jared was playing both sides. And that was kind of the genesis of, we can't trust Jared. That means Jared's working with them. That means all those things fell together, which eventually led to Corey and America and Jag deciding, we got to get out of this. We got to stand up against them. They're playing us for a fool. Jared is working both sides and all that. So that was, in my opinion, that Jared's try. And by the way, Jared started doing all that while Felicia and Suri were stuck in kayaks. It started because Mom wasn't around. He did all of that damage while she was stuck in a kayak with Felicia. Interesting. So, also, Saturday was day 39. And 39 days is the length of of an old school Survivor series. And so I was like, wow, the last day of Survivor for Suri, if she was on Survivor instead of Big Brother, and Jared's blowing up her game in a way. In a way, just calm down. It's fun to talk about it this way. Some people really do. No, technically, she wasn't, she didn't make it ever to 39, and technically, her game isn't blown up yet. Jared, it's okay. I get it. Yes. For all the people that are saying that, but just have fun with it. Okay. All right. That's it, guys. I got to go. I may or may not talk to you tonight. I probably won't. I'll probably talk to you tomorrow when we have a new head of household. But as I said, it looks like if America wins, or maybe Mimi, maybe Corey, it's potential that Suri's side of the house could take another hit this coming week. They may go after Cameron, but that's really not who their first target they were talking about doing is. We'll see what happens. All right. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.